Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the person staring back at you in the mirror is not who you were meant to be. Maybe life has knocked you down. Maybe you've made mistakes, lost your way, or settled for less than you deserve. Maybe you've been carrying pain, regret, or self-doubt for far too long. But here's the truth. Your story isn't over. You are not defined by your past. You are not trapped by your circumstances. You have the power to rebuild. Think about that for a second. Everything you need to change your life is already inside you. Strength, resilience, discipline, faith, it's all there. But the question is, will you use it? Will you make the decision right now to stop letting life happen to you and start taking control? Because rebuilding yourself isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It isn't about hoping someone will come and save you. It's about standing up, looking in the mirror and saying, enough is enough. It's about deciding that you will no longer be a prisoner of your past, but an architect of your future. So the question is, are you ready to rebuild? Embrace the fall. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Failure is an unavoidable part of life. No matter who you are, where you come from, or how talented you may be, at some point, you will stumble. You will lose. You will fall flat on your face, and it will hurt. It will shake you to your core, make you question everything, and tempt you to stay down. But here's the truth. Failure is not the end of the road. It is a lesson, a redirection, and most importantly, an opportunity to rebuild yourself stronger than before. Most people fear failure because they think it defines them. They believe that if they fail at something, it means they are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But that's not true. Failure is simply a part of the process. It is a teacher that reveals what doesn't work, what needs improvement, and where you need to grow. Some of the most successful people in history have failed more times than they can count. The difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't let failure stop them. They embraced it, learned from it, and used it as fuel to push forward. Think about it. When a child learns to walk, they fall repeatedly, but they don't stop trying because they fell. They don't sit on the ground and decide that walking just isn't for them. No, they get back up, they adjust, and they try again. Somewhere along the way, as we grow older, we lose that mindset. We start to believe that if we fail at something, it's a sign that we should quit. But failure is not a stop sign. It's a detour. It's life's way of saying, not this way, try another. When you fail, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. The difference lies in how you respond. The people who let failure break them are the ones who dwell on it, replaying their mistakes over and over again in their minds, feeling sorry for themselves, and deciding they are incapable of success. But the people who let failure build them are the ones who take a step back. Self-reflection and accountability. Look in the mirror, not out the window. Own your mistakes, learn from them, and grow. Looking in the mirror and holding yourself accountable is one of the hardest things you will ever do. It's easy to point fingers at circumstances, other people, or bad luck when things go wrong. But the moment you take full responsibility for your life, everything changes. Accountability is the foundation of growth, and without it, rebuilding yourself is impossible. Self-reflection forces you to confront the truth, not just the version of it that makes you feel comfortable, but the raw, unfiltered reality of who you are, what you've done, and where you need to improve. Most people avoid this level of honesty because it's painful. It's uncomfortable to admit when you've made mistakes, failed to follow through, or allowed fear to control your actions. But avoiding it only keeps you stuck. Blaming others might feel good in the moment, but it robs you of power. The more you blame, the less control you have over your own life. When you own your mistakes, you also own the ability to fix them. True self-reflection isn't just about identifying where you went wrong. It's about understanding why. Why did you make that decision? Why did you let that opportunity slip away? Why did you allow yourself to stay in a situation you knew wasn't right for you? The answers to these questions aren't always easy to face, but they are necessary. Because once you know the why, you can change it. Accountability is not about beating yourself up. It's not about dwelling on the past and drowning in regret. It's about recognizing patterns, correcting behaviors, and making better choices moving forward. It's about having the courage to admit when you're wrong and the discipline to fix it. A person who lacks accountability repeats the same mistakes over and over again, blaming everyone but themselves. A person who embraces accountability learns, adapts, and grows stronger. One of the most powerful things you can do in life is look in the mirror and say, "This is on me." Not on your parents, not on your boss, not on society, on you. Because the moment you do that, you reclaim control. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of your future. And that is the mindset that allows you to rebuild. When you take accountability, you stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect opportunity. You understand that nothing changes unless you change. Growth is uncomfortable because it requires you to step out of your comfort zone, to do things differently, to challenge yourself in ways you never have before. But the discomfort of growth is far better than the regret of staying the same. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success, happiness, or fulfillment. That is something you have to create. And it starts with a choice. The choice to stop running from your past, stop avoiding the truth, and start doing the work. Because once you do that, you take the first step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. Discipline over motivation. Motivation fades, but discipline will keep you moving forward when times get tough. Discipline is the foundation of rebuilding yourself. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Motivation may spark the fire, but discipline is what keeps it burning. The problem with motivation is that it is fleeting. It comes and goes like waves, rising when you feel inspired and disappearing when things get hard. If you rely solely on motivation, you will never reach your full potential because the moment you don't feel like doing something, you will stop. But discipline is what carries you through the days when you are tired, when you are frustrated, when you are uninspired, and when you feel like giving up. It is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Most people chase motivation. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mindset, or the perfect external push to take action. They watch videos, read books, and listen to speeches hoping to feel something that will ignite a lasting change. But change does not happen because of a moment of inspiration. Change happens when you show up and do the work, even when you don't want to, especially when you don't want to. Discipline is about making a decision and sticking to it, no matter what. It is waking up early when your body tells you to sleep in. It is going to the gym when you'd rather sit on the couch. It is choosing to study, to practice, to improve when distractions are calling your name. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, not just what you feel like doing. And the hard truth is that most people will never master discipline because they let their emotions dictate their actions. They allow their temporary feelings to control their long-term success. One of the biggest myths about discipline is that it is something people are born with. That some people just have more self-control, more willpower, more ability to resist temptation. But discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The first time you resist an excuse, it is hard. The second time, it is still hard. But over time, it becomes easier. Your mind and body start to adapt to the idea that excuses do not control you, that feelings do not dictate your actions. Discipline also requires sacrifice. If you want to rebuild yourself, you have to let go of the habits that are holding. Cut off dead weight. You can't rebuild with people who want to keep you broken. Let go of negativity and distractions. Rebuilding yourself requires shedding the weight that keeps you from moving forward. Many people struggle to change not because they lack the ability, but because they refuse to let go of the things that hold them down. You cannot climb while carrying unnecessary baggage. That baggage can come in many forms. Negative people, toxic relationships, bad habits, self-doubt, procrastination, or even an outdated version of yourself. If you are serious about transformation, you have to make tough decisions about what stays in your life and what needs to go. The hardest part of cutting off dead weight is that it often comes in forms that feel familiar and comfortable. Sometimes it is people, friends, or even family members who have been a part of your life for years but do nothing to support your growth. They may be the ones who doubt your dreams, discourage your efforts, or constantly bring negativity into your space. These are the people who remind you of your past failures instead of pushing you toward future success. Keeping them around might feel like loyalty, but true loyalty should never come at the cost of your progress. You can love people from a distance. You can care about them without allowing them to poison your mindset. The truth is, not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Some people are only meant to be in a certain chapter of your life, and trying to drag them into the next one will only slow you down. Beyond people, dead weight can also come in the form of habits that do nothing but waste your time and drain your energy. Maybe it is staying up late watching meaningless content instead of getting rest. Maybe it is scrolling through social media for hours instead of working on your goals. Maybe it is constantly making excuses instead of taking action. These habits seem small, but they add up. They create patterns that keep you stagnant. Every time you choose distraction over discipline, you are making it harder to rebuild yourself. Growth requires making conscious decisions every day to replace bad habits with productive ones. It means prioritizing what truly matters over temporary comfort. One of the most overlooked forms of dead weight is an old version of yourself. Many people get stuck in who they used to be, allowing past mistakes, failures, or identities to define them. They hold on to their past so tightly that they leave no room for their future. Rebuilding yourself means accepting that you are allowed to evolve. It means giving yourself permission to change, to improve, to be someone different from who you were yesterday. You do not have to be bound by old labels, old stories, or old versions of yourself that no longer serve you. Letting go is painful. It is uncomfortable. It forces you to step out of your comfort zone and face the unknown. But the discomfort of cutting off dead weight is temporary, while the regret of staying the same lasts forever. The process will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Every time you remove something that holds you back, you create space for something better. Every toxic relationship you leave behind, every bad habit you replace, every limiting belief you overcome brings you one step closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. Faith and vision. See yourself beyond the struggle. Believe in something greater than your circumstances. Faith and vision are the foundation of rebuilding yourself. Before you can change your life, you have to see something greater than your current reality. You have to believe in something that doesn't yet exist. Too many people stay stuck because they only focus on what they see in front of them. They let their current struggles, failures, and limitations define them, rather than realizing that their circumstances are temporary. If you want to rebuild, you have to develop a vision for your future that is bigger than your past. You have to believe in that vision, even when there is no evidence to support it. Faith is not about wishing or hoping. It is about knowing deep within yourself that no matter what the situation looks like right now, you have the power to change it. It is about understanding that just because you are in a dark place today does not mean you will be there forever. The problem is that most people let doubt override their faith. They focus on their mistakes, their weaknesses, and their struggles rather than their potential. They convince themselves that they are not capable, that they are not worthy, that success is for other people but not for them. This kind of thinking kills progress before it even starts. You cannot build something great if you don't first believe that you can. Your mind is the blueprint for your reality. What you think and believe shapes the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get. If you tell yourself that you will always fail, that you will never be good enough, then you will subconsciously make choices that align with that belief. But if you tell yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are worthy of success, then your actions will reflect that. This is why vision is so important. You have to see yourself as the person you want to become, even if no one else does. You have to act like that person, think like that person, and make decisions that align with that identity. The journey of rebuilding is filled with obstacles, and this is where faith is truly tested. There will be days when nothing seems to be going right. There will be moments when you want to quit, when you feel like all your efforts are pointless. This is when most people give up. But faith is about pushing forward even when the path is unclear. It is about trusting that if you keep moving, things will fall into place. Most people want certainty before they take action. They want proof that things will work out before they fully commit. But faith does not work that way. You have to step forward first, even if you can't see the whole staircase. Another key part of faith is surrounding yourself with the right influences. If you are constantly around negative people who don't believe in your vision, it will be hard to hold on to your faith. You have to protect your mind and your energy. Read books that inspire you, listen to people who uplift you, and stay away from those who plant seeds of doubt. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to maintain belief in yourself. If you surround yourself with people who think small, you will start thinking small. If you surround yourself with people who dream big and take action, you will be encouraged to do the same. Faith and vision are not passive things. They require action. You cannot just sit back and wait for life to change. You have to move with confidence, even when you are scared. You have to show up every day and put in the work, trusting that your efforts will pay off. Every great achievement in history started with someone who had faith in something they couldn't yet see. They built their future step by step, holding on to their vision even when no one else believed in it. The same is true for you. If you can see it in your mind and you are willing to put in the effort, you can make it a reality. Take action and stay consistent. The only way to change your life is to move. Small steps every day lead to transformation. Rebuilding yourself is not just about having a vision or believing in change, it's about taking action and staying consistent. Many people have dreams, goals, and ambitions, but they never reach them because they fail to act. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or a surge of motivation before they start moving forward. But waiting does not create change. Action does. If you want to rebuild yourself, you cannot afford to sit still. You have to take the first step, even when you don't feel ready. And you have to keep moving, even when progress seems slow. The most successful people are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never stop. They understand that success is not about taking one big leap, but about making small, consistent efforts every single day. Consistency is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who only talk about them. Most people start strong. They feel inspired, they set goals, they work hard for a few weeks, but then they stop. Life gets busy, obstacles arise, and the initial excitement fades. This is why most people never truly change. They let distractions, excuses, and temporary setbacks pull them away from their path instead of pushing through. The key to rebuilding yourself is understanding that progress happens through daily habits, not occasional bursts of effort. If you want to get in shape, you don't need to work out for 10 hours in one day. You need to exercise consistently over months and years. If you want to master a skill, you don't need to practice for 1 week and then stop. You need to keep learning and improving over time. The same applies to any area of life. Small, repeated actions build momentum, and momentum leads to transformation. One of the biggest mistakes people make is focusing too much on results instead of focusing on the process. They get frustrated when they don't see immediate success and they give up too soon. But real change is not instant. It takes time. If you plant a seed today, you don't expect it to grow into a tree overnight. You water it, nurture it, and give it time to develop strong roots. The same principle applies to rebuilding yourself. You have to trust that your efforts, no matter how small, are adding up. Even on the days when it feels like nothing is happening, growth is taking place beneath the surface. Another important part of taking action is being intentional with your time. Rebuilding yourself is not a one-time event. It's a journey, a commitment, a decision you make every single day. It's about holding yourself accountable, mastering discipline, and having the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. It's about believing in yourself even when no one else does, taking consistent action, and refusing to let setbacks define you. Growth is not easy, and transformation does not happen overnight, but every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you were meant to become. There will be moments when you feel tired, moments when doubt creeps in, moments when you wonder if all the effort is worth it. But let me tell you this, it is. Because the pain of staying the same is far greater than the pain of change. The discomfort of pushing through is temporary, but the regret of not trying will last forever. So take control of your life. Build yourself up with discipline, faith, and action. Don't wait for the perfect time. Create it. The person you dream of becoming is not out of reach. They are already within you, waiting for you to show up, put in the work, and make it happen.